Greetings and good day, YouTube. How are you doing today? I myself am pretty excited to continue where we last left off in Jurassic World Evolution 2, that being on Isla Sorna Site B, aka Movie 3 or Jurassic Park 3. We're going to overwrite the current data, which is literally just us watching the opening cutscene because I didn't quite realize that the Chaos campaign went in order of. I should have. It's right in front of your face, but I wasn't realizing it was actually going in order of the movies. I thought the difficulty was the way you wanted to do it. But here we are now. Anyways, we'll watch this time again.
Were never intended to be this close to one another.
Because there's
San
scenes
Diego
from
deserved better. So too did the dinosaurs.
Scenes from the third movie.
Well, they're predictable, curious, greedy. These intruders caused more chaos than anyone could have imagined. In the time we'd been away, people had gone from caretakers to threat.
Yeah, because the one dumbass took the Velociraptor
to
eggs.
Realize John Hammond's vision. Bigger, grander, more ambitious than the original. The dinosaurs have their own ambitions.
T-Rex versus the Spinosaurus.
To feed, to carve out their niche in this strange new world.
And the phone ringing
Let's
in the
see
background.
How things play out when we add you to the mix. Try not to.
It's not that I would do it. It's what happened in the third movie.
Destined to repeat the past.
Jurassic Park 3 is a group that basically gets hired to go rescue this affluent family's kid who was near the island when they went missing. And on this island, the dinosaurs are roaming just freely, right?
So this is where all the excitement happened.
Yes, this is the place.
Simply amazing. And here, we will do it again. In addition to capturing the dinosaurs, which will serve as our
You could sell it for a lot of money to the right person.
Because I believe in the science.
That's
you
one.
can reproduce your results, can't you, Dr. Wu?
Of course I can do it. But it's going to take considerable effort and resources to get the science back to where it was.
And you will be well compensated for your efforts.
So in
Of
this
course,
alternate
I
retelling,
demand results.
what this
And you will have them.
is the events of the previous movies occurred, and here we are, brand new area, brand new park.
And are ready to get started.
Got the dinosaurs
This
just
is
roaming
Lily
around
Alfred,
already.
And she's coordinating operations.
I
Miss
mean,
Alfred?
Thank you, Mr. Masrani. I think I speak for everyone here when I say we
they
are
do
very
if they're
grateful for this
they have to on the script.
opportunity you've given us.
You
As
know?
a boy, I loved to play with toy animals. And now, with this island and the dinosaurs, I have the greatest toy set imaginable. I want that joy, that excitement I had as a child. I want it to be felt by everyone. You will make that happen.
It sounds like a great idea. Now, can I start? Okay, control
Well,
and
to start,
response.
I
You
could
want me to
get
start
control
with?
center and response facility online. They'll all require power. This will give us a strong foundation.
And then, dinosaurs.
That is the plan.
This is my investment.
How stressful.
In the vision and in my people.
You know?
Please, don't let me get in the way.
I mean, you're already getting in the way just by existing. I mean, it wouldn't really be to raise it. It would be more for genetic material and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, like, you're thinking about this the wrong way. You have to think about this like a piece of shit business person if you really truly wanted to do this the right way based off of their perspective, right? So what you have is you have genetic material of a Velociraptor now, right? Who cares about what it is, what its age is, or what have you? You're just going to cut all that apart, and it's going to be used as resources at the end of the day, right? That's what people want the egg for. And if they are going to do that thing where they raise the creature as whatever it is as its own. In this case, it's a Velociraptor egg. It's gonna be trained as like an attack dog type thing. Again, that's not. I mean, you could make the attempt to do that, of course.
Our target is the Ankylosaurus. Lovely creature. Capture it and then secure it in an enclosure.
Where's Ian Malcolm? I'm trying to think about, like, where I can put certain things for the park. And I'm realizing I have to redesign a couple things already. But that's fine. No big deal. Because I'm betting there's going to be a thing where it wants to expand the size of the park. Like it had us do... I shouldn't do that, actually. That should be a little bit farther away. Delete. Do that. Honestly, delete most of this. And delete this, because I'm going to go farther back with it, I believe. Yeah, right here is better. Something like this. With a gap like that. There we go, that's better. Alright. Oh, we need a gate. We'll put the gate right here. I mean, again, this is based off of what, like, accurate knowledge. Right? It's not out of possibility, that's true. It is a possible situation that the baby's imprint and all that. But the way that I'm looking at this is not if it's... you gotta look at it based off if it's possible or not in the first place, because the knowledge that we have... Oh, it's a wild dinosaur, and because it's a wild dinosaur, we have to manually trank this shit? Alright. That's a little bit different. But, do you realize what it would take to raise a dinosaur? Just a dinosaur. Let alone one of the most predatorial type of dinosaurs. That should knock his ass out. Let me... How do I get... Escape, there we go. Just a wild dinosaur we're taking and throwing over here. No big deal. Don't need to be worried about anything at all. We need to get... It's not asking for certain things, right? And I kind of have a rule where I don't really do much when it doesn't ask for it. And then...
Transit has commenced.
I think right here would be perfect for that. I mean, if we go by the real-life story of any dinosaur, it's a different story, because the real-life dinosaurs didn't look like this. Exactly. Right? They had feathers and fur and shit, apparently. Because when dinosaurs were first, like, CGI'd or whatever, they were CGI'd over the fact that we were going based off their bone structure and not, like, adding meat and shit to them. Well, we did add a little bit of meat and shit to them, but not the way that we should have,
While
apparently.
this is a team effort, I'm sure you understand that my vision
Oh,
carries
Ranger
some
construction,
weight.
yeah, that's right.
With that said, I want a ranger post constructed and then a team assigned to it. From there, they can perform status checks on the animals.
We're gonna have to put 2 in here. As unfortunate as that feels, we're gonna have to. Ranger Team 1, add tasks, boom, boom. I mean, a lot of animals aren't, they have that night vision aspect of them, in all honesty. We can also get the Stegosauruses, but I kind of want to wait for that. Oh, there's 4 Kentosauruses, I believe these are. We could drop those into the enclosure. All the Kentosauruses. Not so much the Stegosauruses. Another thing to keep in mind, there are wild dinosaurs to be concerned about. So I'll do that, and hopefully they won't worry about going over here or over here. You like fish? Yes. Yes, they do like fish. The Ankylosaurus. Needs ground fruit, ground leaves.
Is your Ankylosaurus happy? The best way to find out is to monitor their comfort level and increase it as necessary.
That should be good for you. Ground leaf. You've got the ground fruit set up, right? Yeah, and you're missing ground leaf now. We've got fiber and fruit. Fiber and fruit. Leaf. There we go. And I'll do this around the fiber a little bit. Okay, there we go. Hey, greetings, a good day, Double Donger. How are you doing today? We're just chilling. Well, it is with the herbivores. You want to put like all the herbivores in
this was about a movie
one
studio.
pen,
He said
realistically.
that it was the biggest
That helps you get the
electric
most-
train set a boy ever had.
The most
Of
bang for
course,
your buck early
he
on.
never had dinosaurs. I want to make sure we can see and monitor the Ankylosaurus. Build a viewing platform, will you?
I've already
I realize that may have sounded like a suggestion,
done this.
but I know you understand.
We need to move these animals to the holding facility off-site.
Off-site.
Once their enclosure is ready, we can bring them to Jurassic World.
That's kind of wild. All right. Well, again, it depends on how that stuff really worked, because we don't actually know. We could make statements based off of observations of other animals of a similar nature, or other types of animals of a similar nature. I'm trying not to mix words right now because I'm all excited talking about dinosaurs. If they even have that heat process or rut process, right? Who knows? I'm being a bit of a smartass. Off-site. I mean, it's the quest. Like, we have 9 million right now. Hopefully we'll get a boost of currency sooner rather than later. We can't really do research or anything yet, because we can post down a research thing. but I don't know if that's a good idea to do. I might as well put it down for now just to get it ready, I guess. I don't like building before it tells me to, because we may not ever have to use a research station here. I'm doubtful that's the case. We have a response facility, we need staff, and we need control and science.
Asset has been
I think.
collected.
Can we do any research?
I hope you're ready for some excitement. I certainly am. Today, we need to capture several dinosaurs of the same species and get them back under our control, captive and in an enclosure. I'm ready when you are, which should be now.
I'm ready when you are, which should be now. Okay. 4 Stegosauruses? Sure. We need direct control because they're not a part of our facility yet. Well, I'm always a bit of a smartass. Even when I'm being serious, I just can't help it. That's how I am. I'm a wee little bit of a smartass.
Asset requiring collection.
But like I said, I like to wait when I'm doing missions like this and stuff like that, because otherwise, who knows what we'll end up getting ourselves in. Wasting money that might make us not able to complete our mission for one reason or another. That's a miss. Turn.
Asset in care.
There we go. Where's the other one? Get out of the forest, please.
Asset delivered. Asset in transit.
Come on. There we go.
Picking up asset.
All right.
Asset collection request.
A dart machine gun. I mean, there's probably mods like that that exist. I just play the game as is for first playthrough always. With Starbound, I'm probably gonna end up adding a couple of mods to Starbound, for example.
Delivery has been completed.
Normally I would go through an entire game before doing that, but a lot of the mods I'm gonna look into doing are like convenience mods. As in they'll add a little bit of like stack size increase on the limitations of those and stuff like that.
Transporting asset.
Yes, it is. Currently I'm doing the Chaos campaign right now. I'm doing number 3 in the Chaos campaign, which is referencing, it has a lot of references to Jurassic Park 3, right? And you can play it however you want. You can start this game and play the sandbox mode immediately and just build whatever you want, which is what I'll probably end up doing at some point to have our,
Asset transported.
to have like, what did I call it?
Transportation complete.
Oh, you can rename everything. You could rename these platforms if you wanted to, right? The viewing platforms.
Let's crack on with these next
You could
tasks
rename
then, shall we?
gates and stuff like
You're
that.
responsible for performing status
You can't rename
checks and increasing
fences
the
or anything like
dinosaurs'
that, but you could
welfare.
rename
Should
everything.
be straightforward,
Helicopters.
and I know you're up to the job.
But basically, we'll have like a dinosaur fight night at some point after I go through all this campaign stuff. It'll be with an off-stream game that I'm going to start up soon. And I'm going to have like a whole thing set up for it. Comfort for 90%. You're missing forest. Of course you would be. What else do you need? Just forest and a little bit more water. And then forest. Actually, I like this forest more because it's a little bit more open and you can see shit better. That should make them happy enough. Let's look at the map and see if they are happy enough. Yeah, 84% comfort. They're missing ground fiber. No, they're not. Yeah, they are. Ground fiber. There we go. Well, we're not. It would be pointless to rename stuff in a game like this because this isn't going to be persistent. You could make it persistent if you want to, but I'm not going to. Oh, yeah. The airport, the airstrip right here.
I love keeping an eye on
You know
my
I can't stop this
dinosaurs,
plane.
but I just don't have the time to do so as much as I'd like. That's why I have you. Be my eyes and monitor these animals.
Then we're going to send them off-site, right? Right now, we're making a profit. We're making a profit of $326,000, and that's just because of 4 Stegosauruses being able to be seen. Open the egg. I mean,
These dinosaurs are ready to move to the
we'll figure
holding
out when we got a more permanent game.
Let's
We'll
not keep
have
them or me waiting.
We'll have stuff we can name. Yeah, exactly. Send them off site. So that means we have to add task and have him trank all the stegos. I'm keeping my eyes open to see if I see any, like, any really dangerous animals nearby. Because there's a couple that I recognize in the distance over here. We're currently blocked off from being able to view them, but we have only one bunker. I mean, the one bunker we have is still enough for 100% part coverage for the time being. Resupply. Fill up.
En route to collect the asset.
I wonder if that's going to send 4 helicopters at the same time, or if it's going to do one by one. It looks like it's sending 4 at the same time. That's awesome. But yeah, this is a like a Zoo Tycoon style game, but focused entirely on dinosaurs. Well, yeah. Luckily, it doesn't necessarily work the way you think it does. Like, those people are technically really people in the game, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're representative, like, these markers are representative of where they actually are in the game, right?
Asset being
Because if we
transported.
look at the map, the management view, and we look at,
There's a new dinosaur out in the wild.
are they not going to show
Track
us?
the animal and capture it so we can bring it back
I guess
into
they're
the
not
fold.
going to show it. Never mind. They normally show where, like, there'd be a lot of people wanting to come over here and over here. Oh, the park's technically not open right now, right? No? Jurassic World employees travel from this point to viewing platform, so I guess it's technically not visitors at this point. Capture a Ceratosaurus, or whatever the hell they're called. That right there is a man-eater. Well, I call it a man-eater, but it has the potential to be. You're not wrong, though. If we have an issue and that guy gets out, we got some dead humans, possibly. The best fourth wall break. Why is it the best fourth wall break?
Asset to be collected.
We need to put down a goat feeder. Put down 2 goat feeders, even though we don't really need to. We're gonna have a bunch of goats just roaming around there. No big deal. I don't think the goats actually get sent out consistently. Well,
Commencing
there's a
asset
lot of people
transit.
that get their gooses cooked, and they do deserve it for how they act, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not gonna watch it, not gonna look into it. I'm gonna do my normal shit that I do, and when I find out what happened, will probably be when someone tells me what happened, or I scroll through Blue Sky and they talk about it. But other than that, I'm kind of surprised I haven't heard about it until just now. 75 health. Your comfort's going down because you're...
We've created
Oh yeah,
dinosaurs.
the spinal
We
phone?
have them on display, and for science. But that means we need to monitor our flock.
An
I want
ailment.
status checks
Needs more
routinely
forest,
performed
needs more
on
open
all of our
space.
dinosaurs. This is how we maintain our advantage.
This dinosaur isn't responding as we'd hoped. It'll need the resources that are available at our paleomedical facility.
Healing because you're at perfect right now. You have 42% of the forest that you need. Your prey is good. Your water's good. We need to fill this back up. I'm not worried about it. It's fine. Let's do the research that we need for this. Because, like, a lot of the time, the best time for me to be told to look things up and stuff like that are the in-between moments when I'm on Just Chatting or Mondays. Right? Those are, like, the best days to, or the best moments to be like, hey, there's something funny I want you to look into. But basically, we're gonna be going with this until we're done, right? With this mission campaign. Double Donger's talking about P. Diddy. The rapper dude did a bunch of fucked up illegal shit, got caught, is on trial for doing that now. What was it you said to me? You need to search it up. But real talk, it's it's just an individual who's popular in rap music, I believe, and other such things. I believe he's a producer of music and stuff like that as well. But turns out he was doing a lot of fucked up, illegal shit. So, oh, do we really have to diagnose? Just like physically have you go out and diagnose? Yeah, sure. I mean, it's fine. It's not the. It's less so the music that I'm wanting you to focus on, or more so the mega illegal fucked up shit, because that's what really anyone cares about anymore. It's not like no one gives a fuck about his music anymore because of the, you know, whenever you hear about someone doing some fucked up shit, it kind of, at least for me, it kind of taints any enjoyment you would reasonably get from an individual that makes music or content or whatever. And then you find out they are fucked up in this way, that way, or the other. It's extremely hard for someone like me to watch content creators that I know have, like, done fucked up shit.
The thrill of the hunt without the guilt of the kill. That's our mission. Tranquilize this dinosaur, and then we'll get it the best treatment my money can buy at the Paleo-Medical Facility.
What's funny is you can figure out what caused this injury. Yeah, a combat injury the thing got. So the thing had been fighting beforehand. I wonder how long this is going to be, because most of these missions have been like 3-4 hours long. I'm kind of hoping this one won't be too long. I'm going to do a save really quickly just in case, because I have to step away for a few moments. I'm just going to override over top of this because I don't really... Yeah, I don't really care. And barring anything drastic, I'm going to let the game play out. Oh, wait, actually. We don't have the fucking scientist to do the goddamn... Hold up. Need to hire scientist. You I might go for. Logistic by 5 and logistics by 3. You have 8 logistics. You. Transport. There we go. Starting
Heading to collect the
now.
asset.
Now, I'll be back momentarily.
Asset transportation underway. Asset has been transported.
Now that we have the dinosaur back home, why don't we make it feel like a real home? Watch the ratings and get the enclosure all comfy.
Alright, I returned. The park didn't blow up while I was gone, so that's good.
Asset collection request received.
Also got me some food. So I'm going to turn my face cam off so I can consume said food. And then I'll put it back on when I'm done eating. What was horrible?
Asset in transit.
Oh, gotcha. You're good. Also, at this point,
Delivery complete.
now back to losing money. $90%. I thought it was at 90. What the fuck? Yeah. Thought so.
It's time to move the dinosaurs. Next stop, a holding facility.
I love how he says move the dinosaurs. I have one to work with. Literally one.
Acknowledging asset collection request. Transit has commenced.
There it is.
Shouldn't we intervene?
This is instinctual behavior. Unfortunate, but not unanticipated. Besides, how would we?
Survival of the fittest at its most primitive, its most prehistoric. We are witnessing history in action,
Oh, I can't watch.
and I can't turn away.
I hope that wasn't our Spinosaurus that we needed.
I'll send a team to collect what we can before the scavengers pick over the carcass.
Collect the body. I have plans for it.
Oh, it wants us to send the body of the Spinosaurus off-site, because I was so confused there. That was scripted to happen.
Asset collection request received.
I don't want to know what plans for the body you have, Doctor. Making me worried about that. You gonna make a fucking animatronic Spinosaurus? Using a real Spinosaurus?
Transportation underway.
We're expanding our reach throughout the island. This means more opportunities to capture more dinosaurs.
I'm specifically in need of a Triceratops. My team will need to monitor it, and then we can transfer it off the island as we've done before.
Why in the hell? Well, shit. This is actually a bit problematic. Because it won't let me get out of this. Also, we can drift in this game? We can drift in this game? That's kind of wild. A lot of Skyrim. Nice, nice. What's been your build like, or have you just been doing whatever? Oh, we can go past it. Come on! Didn't realize I was gonna fuck myself so hard when I fucking did this gate like I did. Two-handed Conan guy? Yeah, two-handed barbarian style. Are you an orc? To take advantage of the berserk mode or no?
Status update. Check complete.
All right. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Get your ass back home. Now I need to send a fucking helicopter all the way out here. At least it's a helicopter. So I don't have to worry about a Brenton. Cool, cool, cool. I will say, that the special wild Triceratops, where is it? There we go. Okay. Give me one moment. I'll be right back. Alright, should be good now. Appreciate y'all bearing with me while I had these stepaways to deal with. Oh wow, that was quick.
En route to collect the asset.
We're gonna have to enclose this one and then do all that bullshit with it. Also, I can put my face cam back on.
Asset has been collected. Asset transportation complete.
There we go. Alright. Do your scan. We've got the comfort of 70. We need more population. And a little bit more forest. Well, then again, he probably could have got his forest just by waiting. That was a my bad moment. Whatever. We need to get another Triceratops, it looks like. In that case, will it allow me to then add task? Requires manual tranquilization. Alright. Nope. Need to direct control this. So knock out 2 more of these. Hey, greetings and good day, I'm So Rogue. How are you doing today? It doesn't want me to make another one, does it? It's not giving me the information. Well, now this is kind of interesting because we've got the special trike hit, but the population... Oh, ground fiber. Never mind, I'm an idiot. What else is new? Certified dumbass, ground fiber, where is it? That should be better. It said environmental. It doesn't give a shit about the population. Yeah, it doesn't give a shit about the population requirements. But yeah, how you doing today? I'm So Rogue. We're chilling, going through and doing the campaign. Basically, when we're done with this, it'll put the campaign halfway through for Chaos campaign being done. Because we've got 3 more missions to do, and basically, what, 6 more weeks? Because I'm only playing this game every other Sunday. And that's that for done for you. Knock him out and send him away.
Asset to be collected.
It hasn't... I mean, it has technically actually asked me to research something so far, so I'm gonna not say
Commencing asset transit.
that the research center was not necessary.
I don't expect results. I demand them. I realize we are dealing with time measured in tens of
All
millions of years. But that is for the dinosaurs, not us. We move quickly. Our time, my friends, is limited.
Yeah.
Let's get motivated.
It will allow me to say auto requires manual, but what about you guys? Oh, cool. We don't have to manually knock out these guys. I can just tell the chopper to take him out. We should have enough time after he tranks all those. We have 73 fuel. It takes 1 fuel for this. That's not that bad. Okay, good. There's the other ones. I was like, where are the other ones? The way they just ragdoll is kind of entertaining. Come on, can I get the rest of them, please?
Heading to pick up the asset. Collecting asset. En route to pick up the asset. Task received.
Hopefully we'll be good.
Confirming task. Understood.
But
Assets
yeah,
in the air.
with size, we could increase the size of the gate if need be. I didn't realize. I thought we'd have to run an actual park. I didn't realize this was what it was going to be.
Confirming asset delivery. Asset transportation in progress. Asset has been delivered. Asset transportation underway.
Alright, that gives us a little bit more to work with there. We're getting the enclosement stuff needed. Next, we're going to have to make sure they have all their resources.
Asset
You're
being
lonely, you won't be for
transported.
long. You need ground leaf.
Transporting asset. Asset in transit. Transit has commenced.
Okay, so that's the gallimimuses are set. Unidentified ailment.
Asset delivered. Transportation underway.
You need ground nut.
Asset has been transported.
Probably don't need that much, but we want to get that hit immediately.
Confirming asset delivery.
We get the status check on these guys and we'll be good to go. What else do you need? You're covered. You're covered. Yep. Give me the scan. Here it comes. Tall nut. Need a bit more tall nut.
Delivery has been completed.
This is an across-the-board objective. Every dinosaur, every species, we want to increase their comfort rating. In fact, we're the only ones that should feel any discomfort. Well, truth be told, you, actually.
Still good.
We're moving all
Gallimimuses.
the animals to our holding facility.
Still good.
This will be a huge undertaking.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting nothing less than your
Ground
best.
leaps up here.
And you're going to give it to me.
If he goes up here, that'll be cool. Because it'll expand their territory like this right here. Boom. They got the ground leap they need. And you should be good at this point. Needs to get over here a bit more. Then again, where else is your territory at? We could do the rim right here. Something like that. That should have us covered at this point then. Let's check the map. Those are Gallimimuses. That's not what I wanted to look at. Maxed out. Alright. Well, time to knock some dinos out. Kind of wild that we just, like, basically are knocking them out, moving them, knocking them out, removing them. Spending a bunch of money to make sure they're comfortable. We're making buku right now, too. Like, I now know how to run a park in a way that'll make us a lot of money. Basically, what you need is you need to have a lot of paths with a lot of different attractions. First of all, right? Let's just start moving what we have.
Asset requiring collection.
Swear I hear a velociraptor in the distance. I hate that. Also, we're not at speed 3. I need to try and keep remembering to go to speed 3 because
Commencing asset transit.
otherwise it takes forever and a half to get this shit going. Oh, they're already picking that one up. That makes sense.
Asset transportation in progress. Picking up asset. Heading to collect the asset.
I do believe that's most, if not everything.
Asset being transported.
Yeah. You.
Asset has
You
been
we missed
collected.
because you're already asleep. We can't tell you to get knocked out from here, can we? No.
Transporting asset.
There we go. Is there any others? No. There's a goat! Oh. I thought it was showing us the goat, not showing us the feeders. But yeah, I think I'll do a complete sandbox park and make something grand where like the park itself is set up for the idea of the dinosaurs fighting each other.
Collecting asset. Commencing asset transit.
Where's the phone? Completed. If that's the end of the campaign, well,
A sight to behold, Dr. Wu.
When I left Isla Nublar last time, I never thought
didn't
I'd
expect
return,
this.
and certainly never thought I'd rebuild Jurassic Park.
Oh, but you haven't.
I was expecting
You've
another
helped me
hour at
create
least.
something even better.
Netflix
Bigger,
has gone to
more
shit. I mean, they have a
ambitious,
couple
and
of shows
more
and shit
financially
like that,
viable.
but those couple of
Dinosaurs
shows
for
don't
the
make up for the
masses.
rest of the fucking pile of
Anyone
shit.
can create a park, but it takes genius to create a world.
Like they have a couple of good apples left up on the tree that is Netflix in this metaphorical situation that I'm discussing. And I ain't buying the tree. The tree ain't worth it. Oh, I don't have access to Netflix. I mean, the shows that I'm talking about, like One Piece, right? Already watched that. I like so far every other mission has been hours, like 3-4 hours. There's a part of me that's like, yeah, this is an hour and a half, but we could do a partial for Jurassic World and then do Return to Isla Nublar. Not this coming Sunday, but next Sunday. I don't know why there's autosave data on this. There shouldn't be. Basically, what this story tells that we did with Jurassic Park 3 was the creation of Jurassic World. Why not?
This
We'll
is
do a
where
partial
our journey
here.
continues. And for many,
This cutscene looks a
where
little bit
theirs
different
came to an
than
end.
the rest.
Isla Nublar. This time, it's not just a park. It's a world. Simon Masrani believed he could succeed where others before him failed. Maybe if he had you there to guide him, things would have turned out different.
Yeah, but that's basically what all these are, is
Jurassic
a
World
alternate
is to
version
be
where the
most
shit works out.
desirable destination on the planet. New shows, new exhibits, and yes, new dinosaurs too. The miracles of science meets the magic of entertainment.
My question is,
They're not content with letting
what
you see
exactly are they going to
dinosaurs.
do for
No,
parts of the
being
mission to
put
reference
smack
the
dab
movie?
in the middle of
Right?
them, safely.
Because they completely altered
And who's afraid of a little water? But
what they
what's
have.
swimming in that water? Well,
House is
another
good.
story.
Good show, entertaining.
And if that's not enough, what about the dinosaurs nature didn't create?
We'll find out, won't we? The Jurassic World, huh?
John Hammond had his vision, and I have mine. I'd like to think that had things been different, he and I would have been good partners. His passion combined with my business savvy, it would have been quite the team.
It would have been a catastrophic
But
nightmare.
alas, it was not to be. And I was left to pick up the pieces of what might have been and turn it into what should have been all along. A premier world-class tourist destination. The only place on the planet where you can experience dinosaurs up close and personal. Here, people will once again discover the wonders of this world. They will have a renewed sense of life.
The wonders
and
of
they
this
will
world that we
gladly,
create.
willingly, eagerly pay for that experience. Science didn't bring back dinosaurs. It brought back possibilities.
You know, it's wild.
Hope. This is what I see.
Having
This
watched the original
is
3 movies,
Jurassic
having watched
World.
Jurassic World, and to like hear the
Cabot
statements
Finch at your
they're
service.
going through.
Well, actually, I guess you're kind of at mine. Details. I've been tasked with getting Jurassic World ready for the public. With your help, of course. We'll begin with a science center.
So the
And it will have to be
Innovation
powered.
Center.
So, get to doing the service thing.
Plus 250 appeal just because of the innovation center. Okay, so this is actually teaching me a little bit about how I'm going to be designing my future park. The roads they already have... the roads they already have set up. Control center. Kind of like the pre-design. Not going to lie. I may keep this save file for later. What are they giving me to build with? Alright. A pretty large amount of space to work with, in all honesty. Construct an operational science center. Where are we going to put the science center? Again, I know how this stuff works. Like, these are for the staff, and because it's for the staff, we can literally put it wherever we want to and not have to worry about it. So I'm going to put it, like, back in the woods back here, basically. I always love when I see... Hold on, I'm trying to get... Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Perfect.
Things are taking
When I see
shape,
chat move,
but we need a
and I'm like,
response
ooh,
facility. Oh,
someone
and a
said something in
paleomedical
chat.
facility as
And
well.
I look over,
Get it built and ready.
and it's got a red circle around it, or a red square around it, I should say. And it's like, oh, it's just some bot. Got it. We got to do research on the staff. You're giving me an alright group to work with, I suppose, right off the rip. Oh. A response facility and a medical facility. Whoops. Staff's busy. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Let's go to 3-speed. Technically wasted a little bit of money there for the research that we did. I'm trying to think. This is a perfect spot, honestly, for a enclosure. I think I might save that for later and build over here first in this area for the herbivores. Let's get these other facilities and stuff set up first and foremost. So we have to use both here for this research. 150. Damn. It's a shame we can't build up here. You know what? Staff center. We're gonna build it over here. It doesn't matter where you build it. I was gonna go for thematics and stuff like that, and I'm like, wait a minute, don't do that. Just build your stuff smart. Don't try and get fancy with it. Response facility. If I go like this, I think the vehicles have to go around. So you know what? I'll do something like... Oh, that's perfect, actually. Let's see, go right about... No. Wait. A little bit more. No. Right about... There. The reason I want to do it right about there is because I do like increasing the road sizes, even if you don't have to. It makes it look a little bit more thematic to me. And then the medical facility we need. We need to employ more scientists. Really. Alright, we need someone for Genetics. Anybody good at genetics? Above a 2. We got a 3 in genetics with an 8 potential. And then reduce the cost of research tasks by 30%. That'll save us quite a bit, I feel. And then somebody for expeditions. Let me see if there's anyone else from this list that I want to hire. The cost of expeditions will be reduced. Yeah. I think. See, it sucks that they don't have higher skills. I get why they're only level 1, they're not going to have higher skills. Oh, like, some specialists are what you want to go for when it comes to being able to do the most research quickest. But working your way up is fine too. Cost reduce. I'm going to get you for the... Yeah, because we might have to do expeditions here. So, there's our 4 scientists. Let me get this research. And then... for training. Did I do another research thing? I mean, possibly. Yeah, we need guests before we can... Like, the way the research works in this game makes sense based off of expansion, but I hate that type of a system in a park building game. Just let me research the stuff whenever. I get why they put limitations on it. Tired. Been having a long couple of days or weather or something like that, or nah, just in general, just tired. We got that research done, so now we could build the medical facility. Which, again, doesn't really matter where we put this. We're kind of putting it a little bit too close to where I want it to be. There we go. That'll work. But yeah, based off of my,
Now that we have these dinosaurs,
gotcha.
I want them
Oh.
placed in suitable enclosures. These
A
assets...
Tyrannosaurus Rex is on the way. Hold up. Hold up. We have an Ankylosaurus and a Triceratops. Okay, that's cool. If you're gonna go get some sleep, get yourself that good rest. Make sure you've drank a bit of water and all that. The hatchery we're gonna have to build. Where the hell do I want to put these dinosaurs? T-Rex needs quite a bit of space. We might be able to put some stuff with the T-Rex. Keyword there being might. So, they arrive, they come down here, they're over here, right here, right? What do we have for guests? Okay, we have all this for guests. We have you for viewing gallery. Let me see how big a viewing gallery is. Okay, so the gap that we need to do is about that big. Right about here. Trying to get this as, you know, straight as I can, while also, yeah, I'm gonna have to make adjustments here and there, for sure. For sure, I'm gonna have to make adjustments. Oh, we could shift. Yeah, we could shift the toggle curve. I forgot about that. That'll actually help us out. I think that what? That's so weird. That's showing me that kind of shit. Ah, whatever. Something like that. Yeah, that's better. Kind of gonna follow this now. It's a little bit wonky, but I think I'm okay with it being a bit wonky. Alright, there we go. Yeah, sure, that'll work. We could put the, Ankylosaurus and Triceratops in the center, maybe. No. Environment. We want to get rid of basically everything here. Yes, it's expensive, but I don't care. Worst case scenario, we'll just let our park make money. I probably should just immediately undo that because that's almost $1 million there, but whatever. I'll make do. It's going to be spent anyways, long story short, but this is fine. Now, what's hilarious is the more I think about it, this is probably going to be for the T-Rex. Or I could say fuck it and put them all together. I could split this in half for the time being. I'm trying to get a good feel for where another good spot would be. That's a pretty good spot right there. We have a little bit of non-coverage, right? A little bit of non-coverage so far. This shit's gonna be expensive. And that's a little bit of overlap. Okay. Oh, you can follow the fucking curve. Whoops. Oh well. I didn't realize you could follow the curve of the path. That'll be fine. So we got that weird elongated path going. Kind of glad I now know how to do the curvature of the path. See, the more we do in these campaigns, the more we learn about how to run certain aspects of the campaign here and there. Or I shouldn't say campaign, I should say the park. So this will be able to cover most herbivores. I could get this to cover the T-Rex, I think. And possibly other carnivores as well. Go here, do the curve, do that, follow that path. Ooh, I like that curve. Trying to make it look a little, ooh, gotta be careful with doing that. I gotta remember that. Okay, so get rid of that curve here. So we can do something like this. Alright, and I'll do something like that, so I actually could do some pathing. Alright, a little bit weird. Shit. There's no power connections there. So we're gonna have to do the research. Hopefully we have the ability to do the research. We need a small substation. Yeah, pop that research immediately. We also want some stuff for guests, if we can. Medium. Can we get medium immediately? We have 250 guests, we can. That's not that big of a deal. We need to... We need to set up gates. Alright.
Are central to our operation. No dinosaurs. No Jurassic World.
I probably should put more on there to make it go a little bit faster.
And act accordingly.
No power. Yeah, I'm aware. That's fine. I'm working on it. Because we'll have the backup generator here and here. Right? I like that idea. We're using 2 and 11. So 1 will be good for now. New research is available. Just transport the dinosaur now.
Asset transportation underway.
The Ankylosaurus there. Right, T-Rex can go here. There's no power, but it's fine.
Delivery complete. Transportation.
Need this to be built sooner rather than later. And it's building all this first. I dislike how the build system is in this game, I really do. When it comes to the fencing. Like, it'll build the buildings and it just takes time to build the buildings. I'm transporting them. I think we're fine.
Asset transportation in progress.
I might have the T-Rex give me a couple of minutes. Also, resupply.
Asset transportation complete.
We're starting to hemorrhage. Well, not starting to. We've been hemorrhaging money. We're at 5 million down almost. Alright, good. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. Enclosures, we want to make sure the ranger posts will hit where they need to, so 1 here and 1 here should be good. I mean, there's a little bit of area that might not get covered, but I think it'll be fine. Ranger Team 1, add task. You are to be assigned to posts 1 and 2. I repeat, you are to be assigned posts 1 and 2. The T-Rex is going to give us a couple of problems.
Transportation underway.
I think we need sand for it, if I'm not mistaken. We'll put that over here. We also need some water.
Asset delivered.
We also need to put a couple of things down here as well in the enclosure. So, here, what? Here, and I put you in the water. Oh, it'll build a little thing there. That's kind of cool. Alright, Ranger Station 2. Or not Ranger Station 2, Ranger Team 2 will be assigned to the Tyrannosaurus pen. Congratulations! You win a new car every couple of months because the T-Rex fucks that one up. Appreciate that, Double Donger. I probably missed your, your departure. Apologize for that. But, ooh, who's pissed off? Somebody hit a fence somewhere. Not management view. Map. Ground fruit. Ground fruit and leaf. Ground fruit and leaf. And fiber. Fruit leaf fiber. Fruit leaf fiber. That's leaf. This is fruit and fiber. What's your territory looking like? You'll get more as your territory grows. Your area is fine where it is. But I put ground leaf over here. I need to put a little bit of ground leaf over here. But they'll get their territory sorted out as time progresses. I'm not really that worried about it. The T-Rex is about to be scanned. You need forest, sand, and you're good. Now you should just be missing the sand at this point. Your prey is good, your open space is great, you have just enough forest. Your territory will increase though. Yeah, I know that. Your territory will increase a little bit, and that'll make your forest need go up just a little bit more. I'm actually going to add a bit more forest on the other side here too, just because. And then we'll put some sand. We'll do like a little beachhead along the entirety of this river, whatever you want to call it. I'm kind of taking my time a little bit with this one because I know I'm going to be coming back to it in 2 Sundays from now, basically. Might need a little bit more sand, but I kind of like the look of this so far. Let's see what your needs are at right now. Yeah, your sand's just about hit 15%. You might need a little bit more. I could put some sand over here. No, whoops. And honestly, I think we're good. Okay, so they all have a comfort of 30, 80%, I think. Maybe. I need that repaired. I need you to go repair that immediately. Guests are probably going to be getting pissed off. We are not making money. Park closed. It won't let us open up the park yet, will it? Yeah, it won't let us open up the park yet. We need to find the dinosaur's comfort and find out why it's not at 80. You need more ground fiber? Move! What do you mean? Literally need to move around, dumbasses. Waiting on these jackasses to get comfortable and just like they're not moving.
Jurassic World is the
Restroom and
envy
emergency
of
shelter.
the world.
All right.
Where else can one travel to see wonders such as these? And they must be seen. So do what you can to increase our dinosaur visibility.
Excuse me. And then a restroom.
I want to make sure our guests have every comfort. We should construct bathrooms and other things in strategic locations and some emergency shelters, just in case.
Open the damn park. Start making money.
It's a beautiful day to open a new chapter in the history of humanity.
Once these gates are open, there's no going back.
Small hotel.
We're ready, Mr. Masrani.
This is it. Jurassic World. I can't help but wonder what John Hammond would think of all this.
That they needed better fencing. That's what I would think right off the rip. Food, okay. So first things first, I want to look at attractions. I want to see if we can get a... What do these take again? I know it's a prerequisite viewing, so we have to get the viewing platform first. We can do this. We can pop you down, and you, just to make the research go from 200, we save 60K. Just by doing that. And our park is already at over half a star. And we don't even have like everything covered that we need to have covered. That's kind of wild. There's a part of me that wants to like do something silly.
We want to ensure that our guests are having the best Jurassic World experience possible. Increasing our amenity coverage should do the trick. Keep an eye on our guest comfort numbers and get them where we'd like. And that is up.
I might have to make some adjustments on what the T-Rex wants. But I kind of like this idea of making one of the attractions like the hotels being up in like this. So they have the most coverage possible if you're at the hotel of the T-Rex. If the T-Rex is where it needs to be, which is over here, mind you, we could place down other species in here. This could be a secondary herbivore pen when this T-Rex dies of old age. The research is still going. I'm going at 1 speed right now because I kind of need the time to think about what I'm doing and when I'm doing it and all that. You don't need the restroom coverage. You do need restroom coverage over here, it looks like, actually. Oh, we should have the power situation set up a little bit more. Yeah, a small power substation. Can't build over there. I can build like this. Small substations. I'm actually going to get rid of that access power. This might not be like, oh, don't do that. I'm going to do that for a reason for the time being. Same with you. I'm going to get rid of you. Basically, I want to make sure my power is covered before I use backup generators for anything. It is costing me power to do that. There we go, something like that. And then we can go for the small substations. What about large substations? Can we get this research done right off rip? No. We need a rating of 2.5. And we have to have a small one set up before we can do much else. This should cover... If I go over here... a little bit more. Covers all them. Outside buildable area, huh? Well, there we go. We'll do that then for the start. That should cover everything in this area. Right? Yeah. It even hits this building here. Then we need to hit you. And I want to make you as far down here as possible in order to also be able to hit other buildings. Put that there for now. It should power up both those things. I'm waiting for this to be done and make sure the power's actually working properly. We should be going at 3/3 speed. Where is T-Rex? It's within range. Sleeping within range. As soon as we can get power set up, that'll be great. So, 13 of 60. Might have to re-pylon stuff later. And that should be everything powered. Our 27 out of 60 is powered right now. Okay. Now, guests. Hotel coverage. Okay. Emergency shelter. put one over here. And we'll put one over here. A little bit less coverage, but this is fine for now. Restrooms need power, of course. Technically, we would be better off powering the stuff first, putting down a small substation, put it in a good area. Like, right behind the bathroom might actually be a good area. Yes, I am connecting to the thing here and not the power station directly. Alright. Now, what did that do for restroom need? So yeah, about here. And the next one would be about here. And the final one there. But we do have to put pylons. Small substation, because we're probably going to have to put food coverage there. Just do that for now. And same for you. Alright, everything powered. Management view, restroom need is covered for the time being. Shelter need is not. We need another shelter over here. Like right in the middle. Should cover what we need to cover. Yeah, vehicle under threat, whatever. Management view. There's a little bit of need over here. 87% coverage, which means would we 86. That's kind of a shame that we only have a 15%. This is an issue. This is the main issue, I believe. We could put another shelter here. I wouldn't see an issue with that. It might mean we can actually sell one of the other, like, get rid of this one. Let's see if we can actually just move this and see what happens. Move it over here. And then look at shelter view. Maybe we can move this one a little bit more. Because that shelter's covering more than that, so if I put you here, that should cover... Yeah, okay, so I can definitely move you then, at that point, too. Move you right about here. Yeah, okay, so that's fully covered at that point then. Perfect, exactly what I wanted. And I guess we could put a shelter... We do have to get one extra shelter. There's nothing we can do about that, it looks like. So we'll put it over here. Now that should cover all that. Shelter coverage should be 100%. Restrooms 100. Transportation demand is at a 34%. So we need more transportation. So maybe a guided tour will act as that transportation. And then we need food, shopping, all that. We have no place to go to get food or anything like that, right? And I want to try to get to medium amenities right off the rip. And we can. Beautiful. Well, we have to use you. It's cheaper, but you'll be disgruntled after this, so we need to put you on break. We should be making a profit at this point. We are making a profit at this point. We could literally just step away and let the game run and not be worried about it. A lack of amenities. I know. You're going to have to wait for just a little bit longer because a medium size will help us go a long way. I want large right off rip, but we can't do that. I'll have to upgrade them later. I'm waiting for the research to be done. There we go. So, I guess we can go right off the rip at the first area, right? So, food. Water. And gift. What does this cover? No, nothing, actually. Now it covers shit. Let's see how much it covers. Most of the park is now covered. Over here we can put food, drink, and then that should cover everything else. And another motel? But over in this area? In water. In water, you say? Might have to make some adjustments there. No, they're good. Guests. All right. I think that'll be fine. In water. In water. Stop with the in water shit. There you go. Now there's no water to worry about. Now if you tell me 1.5 stars. Okay. Now if you tell me I'm in water, I'll smack you. I'll smack you in game. Game. There we go. Zip lines should be good to go across. Zip lines should be good to go across still. For the most part they are, it looks like. Alright. So we've got that covered, and then guests, we want medium. We want food. We want water. And we want gifts. Now, does that cover what we needed to cover? I mean, yeah. Covers what we needed to cover. Pathing's good. We need to get this set up properly so we can make more of a profit. Cheap burgers. We could sell... Keep selling cheap burgers. Go for an aquarium. And then go for... Is there nothing? A skeleton display, I guess? Get their satisfaction up to guaranteed. We want... Slushies. Informant. No. Skeleton display. And then, I guess, a... fountain? And then for this... stuffed toys. Oh no, stuffed toys are like that, so... Designer goods would be better. I think stuffed toys I'll stick with, though. Because we can do something like... where is it? I might need to do research to unlock it. Aquarium, I suppose, and... another skeleton display. Whatever, that's fine. Just get their satisfaction up to max. We're still making a hella good profit. Guest comfort's at 70% right now. We can probably get to 90 as soon as we get this all set up properly. Sure, and then... Sure. Okay. 100% satisfaction. Why aren't guest comfort numbers higher? Transportation is why. We need to get transportation up. And as soon as we can get that, we'll actually be good to go. Monorail station. Do we want to do a monorail station? I mean... Well, first of all, scientists, I need to tell you to rest. And then I want you to train your logistics, because that'll help us get what we need there for research. And for research, we either go monorail station or we can go for a tour, right? We need to progress the mission in order to do that. We need 16 for that. We could do that, but the staff is busy. Wide paths and luxury paths. Let's go for monorail station first and foremost. Cheaper research as well. Love to see that. We are making a profit. Good to see. Question about the hatchery. Ooh. Alright. Um... Sure. Now, how are paths looking? Shelter coverage is 100%. Really? What if I moved you? There. It's really just out of range? Are you shitting me? Hold up. There's gotta be a sweet spot. There's gotta be a sweet spot. You cannot convince me there isn't. Also, I'm realizing I didn't put the medical team up to, be able to diagnose. So you go here, you go here. Honestly, it would probably be a good idea to get a thing set up to get 2 of them. But for the time being, I'm going to assign you to both areas. We do not have a expedition center, if I'm not mistaken. We do not. That will give us what we need there for expeditions. Did I tell that scientist to rest? I did. Tuberculosis in the park. Well, that's a shame and a half. What in the hell? We need research cheapen and put you down because you're medical. We could also get the other one, but for the time being, we need to get that. We should also have the research done for monorail. Now, we can't build outside of this area, and that's where the monorail is. We could, because they want travel, right? We would have to put a station over here. We'll do something like this, though, for that one. And then that monorail covers that half. We could do a monorail over here. If I can make it fit. I could connect this path here. I need delete mode. Didn't really mean to do it like that, but whatever. Okay, there we go. The path we want here would look similar to like that. That works fine for me. You can go like this. You require power, which means I bet you we're running low on power over here. 60, yep. Perfect. Can we get an increased power station? We need to get a repeater substation. Larger power networks. Well, we'll just make do with what we got. Add that to the list for the power stations and make sure you connect the road. Boom. There we go. We have all the power we need. That guest comfort should go up by quite a bit now because of how we have for traversal. As soon as this goes live, it should traversal should be covered for this area because of this road here. I might put another road down and like that. And it should be covered for here as well as soon as this goes live and has power it needs. It doesn't have the connection. Will now. I mean, we're making profit still. Don't give me this. It's making profit. It's fine. Hey, there we go. Guest comfort went up immediately.
The last of the viable candidates from Sorna are arriving.
Immediately.
Let's get them settled in.
Hey, the Gallimimuses. We can throw those in the center, I believe. But there's one thing that I can guarantee. It's when you put a hotel, a large hotel, in a central area like this and then build a enclosure around it. It is one of the best things for coverage and shit like that. Also, that's pretty fucking cool, you know? You can literally just chill up here and fucking see dinosaurs. Transport the Gallimimuses over here. They should be fine.
Transit has commenced. Asset being transported.
So we should also do some expeditions at this point.
Delivery has been complete.
Right? We're making profit. We could use some more dinosaurs. Trying to think about what works well with what we have right now. We also need to make sure we get stuff set up for Bradosauruses. We could put a couple of those down. The Parasaurolophuluses are pretty good. Cheaper expeditions, and you, I suppose, we'll put you on expedition for the time being.
Asset transported.
Almost, and we'll also have coverage of that. We'll use zip lines for this
More
area.
dinosaurs, yay! Nothing can go wrong, like ever. We can get more species using the expedition center. This is a good idea, someone once said.
We got to progress the mission to get tour rides. Increase the species.
Confirming
I mean,
asset
we
delivery.
have to work on that quite a bit in order to do so. This one's going to be a long one. I'm kind of glad we actually
Asset
started
delivery
it
confirmed.
in the middle. I'll be honest. I am probably going to want to swap in a little bit over to Oblivion. I am starting to get a feel for how we're going to build the park when we actually do get around to building it. And I think what I might do, something like this setup would be cool, right? Like having a setup like this, that's cool. Mind you, I probably won't use the entirety of the area I'll have to work with. I'll use a smaller area and expand outwards. Like, I'll use a central area. That'll be where I'll build the park around. Like, the arrival point will be dead center. And it will be an arrival point that looks like something like this. Right? Because I know there are arrival points that have multiple routes you could travel. So it'll be a central point that'll split off into like 3 separate sections of the park. More dinosaurs. The Gallimimuses. What do they got going on? They're good. Right off rip. So we gotta try and get Gallimimuses. Actually, what are you okay with? Ankylosaurus and Triceratops. Gallimimus, Ankylosaurus, and Triceratops we need to put together, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. They all like each other. We don't have the means to do that yet. We need to keep doing expeditions. Keep getting dinosaur DNA to work with. Triceratops, might as well go for them. Make sure we do cheaper expeditions and do you. Actually, we need to hit you, so might as well pop you there. And then I'll put the other one on rest if I can put them. If I cannot put them on a research, I'll put them on rest. Oh yeah, they're all busy for right now. How much are we making now, profit-wise? 300,000 profit-wise. What's the amount of guests? 5% potential guests missed. On what reasoning? The accommodation rating's kind of low. So if we go to management view and we look, shelter coverage right over here. That's what's causing some issues. Kind of annoying. I could probably move this shelter to cover that area, if I'm being honest. Will that work if I do that? It does. Okay, perfect. Beautiful. Love to see it. So the shelters are covered now. Yep, shelters are covered now. Movement's covered. Guest distribution, whatever. Crowding's not bad at all. Amenity coverage is excellent. Configuration is green. 6 poorly configured. 6 poorly configured. What do you mean 6 poorly configured? Oh, right here. Donuts. Because we're starting to get thrill seekers now. And because of that, yeah, we're getting thrill seekers now. Got it. We'll get a lot more as soon as we get the research done for zip lines, which we need to progress the mission first. Son of a bitch, I keep forgetting that. I should have it already, I feel. But we're kind of stuck here. We need to look at our fossils. Maybe we'll make a little bit of money here too. Yeah, we will. And then I guess we just... The Seraphilis should also work well with everything else we're going to be rocking with. Okay. Maybe I'll put them both on a research thing if I can. Control room, research. We can do gate upgrades. I always like doing that. Put you both on it just to get it done quicker, and then put you both on rest. Because if I get you up to disgruntled level, I think it's alright for me to then put you on rest at that point. 88% accommodation rating. Why? Whatever. Medium electric fence is research. Oh, there's not a dinosaur in range. That's why. Yep. Yeah, it costs 75k to put them on rest. I'm going to delay as long as possible before I put a scientist on rest. And then that expedition will give us some DNA. 184% increase in profit and rating. Eventually they'll start complaining about overcrowding. We don't have any path size upgrades, but we should probably work on those. I'm waiting for my other scientists to be good to go. Did I do anything else really quickly? Another upgrade. I mean, it's a bit expensive. It's 200k. We're not getting a 30% reduction in cost, but might as well do something while we're waiting around here, you know? And get the next upgrade of the fence. The T-Rex, I really do think we're going to, like, this will be another herbivore pen. Can I put you on expedition? %, DNA right there. Cheaper expeditions and cheaper research. So we can't do research right yet. I mean, we can, but I'd rather not to spend the extra money. He says as he has $10 million right now. We ain't worried about nothing right yet, if I'm being honest. Right? I think at this point, though, we might, like, I might want to start getting ready to wrap up. I'll play a couple minutes of ads after I do for you, YouTube. But for the time being, we're basically playing the waiting game, doing expeditions. We'll just, like, we're making a profit. We've got enough traversal, right? The zip lines, whenever they come in, that'll be cool. Because we'll be able to use zip lines to... Well, we'll have to put something else down for this. But we could do zip lines over here for sure. I could put a zip line probably over here and over... I could put 2 over here and 2 over here and have my favorite type of setup. So we could have people that'll basically be using the monorail to get over to here. Or... Now that I think about it, I am going to make another path like this, and then have that go like that, right? That does cut down on the... Yeah, that cuts down on a lot. Because they had to go from here all the way down here to here to here. That makes sense. The overcrowding. Okay, let me see about roads research before we, like, wrap up. I need to make sure it's guest comfort, correct? Yeah, wider path. Here we go. You know what? I'll use you, I suppose. With delay on the expedition. I need to get another scientist, I honestly think. Like, one more scientist for now should be perfect. Somebody who's kind of ridiculous and stuff. I mean, that's a possibility because of the 433. Ooh. We could get ourselves a geneticists and a logistics person. Yeah. I know I said I was only going to buy the one, but these two are pretty good to have on hand. We got a couple of, we could get rid of this, logistics specialists, I would say. Then again, Rojas is literally just an upgraded, like a level 2 version of Nishan. So that was a waste of money. We need a welfare person, is what we need. Research task reduction in time with 4 welfare. Faster extractions. Lots of people who are faster extraction type people. %20 reduction in task time in general. That's a good generalist type use, and you have 3 in welfare. Honestly, yeah, I like that. Because there are cases where I got to use a lot of scientists. They're both level 2 individuals we got, but this is fine. We can do a bit more, I'd say, now. I think we can't do an expedition because the person on expedition is... yeah, cheaper expeditions, which this one would cost, what, 400k? Nah. I don't think so. We're doing the path right now. We can do the large hotel and make the adjustments we need to there if we need to. How much is this costing? 500k. Yeah, let's wait for the 2 people we need for wide path to be done. That's going to save us a lot of money. Honestly. Wide path is done. So let's make those wide paths. Where need be. We probably won't have to upgrade paths for quite a while. I could do brush and just... do something like this. And it just upgrades them. Oh shit. Or downgrades them. Whoops. Alright. So again, we shouldn't have any pathing issues. There is no reason why anybody except staff should be using this path. And we gotta keep it that way. We want cheaper expeditions. Positive influence. And I will put you down, I suppose. That's gonna make it to where we can't really. Let's train up Yoshida. Actually, that'll give us who we need. You're going to be training in the logistics first and foremost. And you will do one in genetics just for now. Alright, everybody's level 2. Now let's go on expedition first and foremost, just to get all this set up. I want to try and get 100% DNA. We need cheaper expeditions, and then you two, which makes it perfect. And then the research we need, I want medium-sized hotel or large hotels, not medium-sized hotels, in order to replace those. Oh. Well, fuck myself. Oh well. We're spending 500k. Don't care. It'd be 30% reduced, which would save us money, but we really don't need to save the money at the end of the day. It's just something to keep in mind for the future, basically. We could do a zip line down like this, possibly. Or make this go a bit more out, and then come like this. So we could do a zip line like that. But I don't know. I don't think we'll have a zip line. Now, it's time for us to wrap up, however. We're making a profit. We got stuff going. It's going to be an interesting thing to come back to. Right? But, when we come back to it, we'll finish this up. It'll take some time to get it done. Probably another 2.5, 3 hours or so. Because this one it's going to be a long one for me. Just because I'm going to have to, by the time I basically get the DNA that I need to start making the dinosaurs I need to make, I'll start losing the ones that we have. So basically just trying to make as much profit as possible as early on while getting the park set up properly. I have a way to make more dinosaurs, we just need the DNA to make them viable and actually start producing said dinosaurs. Anyways, YouTube, that is going to be it for me, for you. If you're new here and you haven't already, be sure to become a citizen today via subscribing to this channel as well as my main channel. The link should be down in the description below through all my links. If you're watching on YouTube, exclamation point links like so. For those that are watching on Twitch, be sure to follow me on Twitch. Catch me when I go live at 6 p.m. EST EDT Friday through Monday. Invite link to the community Discord where you can always get the most accurate notifications of whenever I do go live. If I'm going to be a little bit late or early to a stream outside of a half hour, or as long as I know I'm going to be late, as well as whatever else catch your fancy through all my links. Appreciate y'all. Until next time, take care and have a good one. Bye-bye.